Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Quick video today. My first real Western, Flint by Louis L'Amour. First Western I've read since I read Shane in grade 8. So grade 8 I was about 14, I suppose. So that was 35 years ago. I really liked Shane. That was a good book. And I wanted to expand my repertoire. And as you know, I've been making good headway in science fiction. And so I thought I, I really want to get into westerns because I like western movies. Clint Eastwood, awesome, just amazing. Uh, his ones are my favorite, I suppose. There's other ones that are really good. Some of the modern ones are pretty good. Um, some of the modern Western movies, they had they had there was kind of a trend of westerns back in the 90s, I guess, early 90s when you had Young Guns and all that stuff. Anyway, having enjoyed movies like The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, 310 to Yuma, both versions. Um, what else? Whatever. Movies like that, so enjoyable. I thought, well, why don't I just start reading some books? And so what I did with the sci-fi about a year ago, I researched, and there's various lists of the greatest sci-fis of all time, and that's how I started making my way through them and picking different ones. But I've not found a list that I've had as much confidence in when looking up westerns. So if anyone out there has some good suggestions, I'm all ears. Now, Louis L'Amour, I mean, his books are everywhere, and he's probably got as many as Agatha Christie. Ooh, I got to read Agatha Christie sometime too, sometime in the near future. So, like Louis L'Amour sounds really like a hokey, made-up name, Louis L'Amour. But anyway, so Flint. I think I saw something good about Flint, and so I decided to read it, and it was good. Great, no. Good, yes. Um, it's an interesting perspective on the lawlessness of the West and sort of thinking about, you know, the absence of a centralized authority and so on, and the different morality that would require. Like, if suddenly we were thrust into an environment like that, we wouldn't be able to sort of have our comfortable morality, I think, and we'd have to be ready to commit violence in order to protect what's ours, right? And so that's what you see with in this Western setting, is oftentimes you don't really have a choice. It's either or die or kill, I guess, or lose everything you have, and you know. So that's a different circumstance, and that's interesting. And I wrote a book on zombies, zombie apocalypse, and the breakdown of society, and it's something that I find interesting about the whole Walking Dead series and expanded universe and so on. I don't love everything the Walking Dead series does. It gives too much power to women, for instance. I don't mean that to be silly, but just anthropologically, it's just not accurate. Anyway, I should mention tonight I'm drinking Polish beer. I had another one, Zubr. Uh, there's lots of Polish beers in my township because it's a traditionally Polish settlement. It's fine. It's good. Sometimes there's extraordinary beers, but very often most beers taste the same, right? So it was pretty good. Anyway, so even though there was good things about Flint, um, it wasn't um, all that original in a certain sense. Like you've got the whole people having having their cattle farms and free range cattle and all that stuff. and then other people trying to move into the territory, and one's a woman with a farm, and this Flint, the titular character, feels obliged to help her, and blah blah blah. So there is some similarities, but really when it comes down to it, it's not so much that. It's not like the Shane situation or the Clint Eastwood situation where he has to protect the lady and her farm and her kids because her husband's dead, because the husband's always dead. Um, so it was more about Flint himself, um, his health, his battle with his health, and his mortality, and dealing with that, the legacy of his lifestyle and his friendships and so on, and his battle with the big bad in this book. So it was pretty good, not wonderful, but pretty good. Um, so I'm definitely going to keep making my way through westerns and see what obtains, see what shines out. So if you have any suggestions about westerns, let me know. And happy Easter, everybody. It's Easter week now, Easter Wednesday. All the best, guys.